Hello YouTube. This is a perfect January weather when I can stand in my t-shirt. This is 2013 F150 that I recently purchased from Copart, and I was slowly but surely getting back to life. Topic of today's video is making or programming the second key, because the truck came just with one key from the auction, this one. What I did, I purchased the not a replacement, but I purchased the second key off eBay. This blade was not cut, so I cut this blade. I made a copy of the blade in my local Lowe's store, but this key is not programmed to that car. First of all, the buttons doesn't work, and they cannot unlock the locks. Also, while this key turns in the ignition, let me turn off it does not turn the car, so nothing happens. When I'm using my original key, of course the truck will start like normally. Probably most of you know that if you have two valid keys, two programmed keys to your truck, or let's say to your more or less recent Ford vehicle, you can program the third key by doing some sequence in the ignition. So you do not need any software or hardware. You can do it yourself. There are some explanatory videos on YouTube how you can do that. But if you have only one key, like I do have, I cannot use the same trick to make the second key for my truck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Forescan app. So this is kinda, it's not a free app. There is some like a trial mode. I purchased like the full license, and on a side note, the full license in the US cost $50. However, for some other countries it costs twice as cheap, about $25. So I did use the VPN service, like you can use like whatever one. I guess I choose Ukraine server to purchase the full license for the half of the cost. So that's like the side note. So since this process will require some reprogramming of the body control module, or maybe PCM, I'm not sure which exact module is being programmed to be paired with the key, it's always the good idea to have the charger connected to the battery, because it's the last thing you want for the battery to be drained when you're in the middle of the programming process, because technically it may bring the control module that is being programmed at that moment, like I don't know, body control module or let's say engine control module. So make sure you have this, not this particular, but make sure your battery is on charger when you perform the programming. Same thing with the computer. Make sure I got it hooked up to the outlet, so I don't want the battery to go dead when it's in the middle of the programming process. Another a side note about the keys. The key I purchased off eBay, this part is used, so it's original Ford key that has been used, like, you know, by previous guys somewhere, I don't know. So this is the used key fob, and the seller I purchased it from, they installed the new blade. So this is pretty much the new blade and the old key fob. I paid around, you know, $60 for this used key with a new blade, and then, like I told you, it's been cut for free actually in my hardware store. So this key is a little different than the one I have originally, because this one is equipped with this, how it calls, remote start function. Believe it or not, those trucks, at least mine is 2013, they are almost got all the hardware that enables the remote start. What the only part I'm missing is the antenna. So without the antenna attached, the range for the key to work will be, you know, super narrow, little, small, whatever. So I already ordered the antenna. It's on the way. I'm gonna show you later where to hook it up. It's really easy. It's behind the glove box. Side note with the keys. So those are like regular keys. This one, let's say it's an example from my Mercedes. I cannot get the used key from Mercedes. Let's say I purchased the used key off eBay from another Mercedes. This kind of key needs to be virginized first before I can use it to program to my car. And a lot of them cannot be virginized. They kind of one-time use only. So once they're programmed, they stick with the car forever. On the other side, those keys, those key fobs, are not being programmed. They're like a passive. So the only thing that gets programmed in this truck is the, you know, engine control module or body control module. I'm not sure which one is being programmed with the, or paired with the keys. So that's why I could use the used key portion and the new blade. I'm gonna show you. Damn, it takes too long. So there are new keys from China, cost probably $15 a piece, but there is no guarantee they're gonna be good for programming. Another note, when you program those keys, in probably most of the Ford vehicles, you cannot add just one extra key. Let me put it back. When you have just one key available, you cannot simply add the second key, even with the program or software. What system does, it erases all the keys from the memory, and it's been programmed. Let's say with two keys, I'm gonna program back the old key I had and the new key I purchased. So I cannot leave the old key in a system and program one more. All the keys needs to be erased, and you should have at least two programmable keys in order for the system, to get through the steps it needs to get. So that's why I didn't want to risk with the Chinese key, because if I'm gonna erase all the keys from the system and then I'm gonna program again my old one, but the system gonna have the hiccup with the new key, then I'm gonna be stuck with the immobilized vehicle, because two keys needs to be available for the programming process to complete. And before I erase all the keys from the memory, we're gonna need to check if this key is programmable. because the last thing you want to find out that the key you have is not programmable after you erased all the keys already from the truck. So in order to do that, we're gonna need to run the program. In order for you to check if the key is programmable to the vehicle, you hook up your computer to the car. In my case, I'm using this MDI module for GM vehicles, but I guess it's using the same standard. So so it calls J2435 or J2534 or something like that, pass-through device. So in order for me to check if this replacement key is programmable, I'm gonna put it into the on position, and I'm gonna scan for codes. And this is the code. Let me check if you can see it here. This is the code for the body control module B10D751. If it got the 51 in the end, it means the key is not programmed, but it's programmable. If you see something else, not 51, but there are some other numbers like 78 or 54, I don't recall, that means you cannot use this particular key. In my case, 51 in the end of this code means I can use this key to be programmed. Let's say if I'm gonna remove this key and I'm gonna install or insert my normal key, and I'm gonna read the codes again. I'm not sure if it needs to be erased or not. Probably it needs to be erased. Let me erase the codes. Cycle and ignition, off and on. Okay. So there are no codes in the body control module, so it recognizes the original key, so we're all good there. That's the first thing you would like to check, that the key can be programmed. Alright, I got the original key in my ignition right now, and I am in this program, and I went to this like a wrench key, service functions, and in the list of those functions there is one that says body control module. So yeah, we're talking about the body control module, not the engine module. Paths programming, and this is the one that we do need. So we click this play button. Ignition key programming. This procedure will add keys to the PATS system memory. Keys already known to the PATS system will not be erased. It's interesting. When programming a remote control key fob, ensure that the correct part for the vehicle is used. Different type may look identical, but are not interchangeable. I guess this is that not gonna refer to our case, erase and program keys. This is what we're gonna do here. This procedure will erase and all stored keys from the PATS system memory and program at least 2 new keys. So yeah, I guess this is the one. Okay, let's try first ignition key programming. Right now you see it, number of keys stored is 2. It is the original one that I have, and the other key that previous owner probably still have in his possession. Let's try set ignition switch to off. Insert a new key into the ignition, set the ignition switch to on, and press OK. Okay, let's check first. Who knows? Okay, this is in on position now, and I'm gonna click OK button. timed access requires the diagnostic tester to enter the runtime delay before security access is allowed. Continue anyway. Okay. And I guess right now this procedure will take approximately 12 minutes to complete. So I guess I'm gonna cut off right now, and I'm gonna be back as you know, as this progress bar gonna end up. Okay, it's been about probably 8 minutes. Actually, I don't know, it's 11:24 right now, so probably about 8 or 10 minutes, and I got this message: pads key programmed successfully, please cycle the ignition off and then back on. Okay, let's do that. Off and then back on, and I press OK. Okay, and number of keys stored right now is actually 3. It was 2 before, so I guess what's left to do is to see if this key gonna start the car. Yeah. Woo! I was a bit nervous. Oh yeah. Okay, I was a bit, but it's still. Hold on. So this part also started to work, because usually it's 2 separate things. Program the ignition, you know, the immobilizer thing, so you can start the car, and the buttons. But looks like right now the buttons also work on this key, so I'm skipping the process. So that's okay, that's great. The only thing which is not great, I got 3 of the keys stored while I have only 2 keys in my possession. Technically I can use erase and program key feature, you know, to erase the key that I don't have, but it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm probably gonna leave with 3 keys programmed, at least for now. I may be not correct, but right now this feature of, you know, remote start probably will not work, and the reason for that is the body control module as well as the instrument cluster module needs to be coded to enable this feature. Well, my cluster that I replaced not long ago, I guess came from the vehicle that has, hold a second, how to navigate, okay, that had remote start feature. You can see it on the display. So my cluster is already kind of programmed or coded for the remote start option. I'm not sure yet, at least, if body control module needs to be programmed or not. Actually, it's easy to check. Let's take the key. Let's close the doors. Okay, that's my computer. Let's remove this and close the hood, because the hood has the switch. If I'm not mistaken, the hood should be closed in order for the remote start to operate. So the procedure for the remote start is I need to press lock button once and then twice this button. So let's lock the car, 1, 2, and nothing happens. Lock, 1, 2, nothing happens. So most likely the body control module needs to be programmed, and that's what we're gonna do right now. This is the cheat sheet for the program that we are using, the ForScan, adding remote start. So two modules needs to be coded: body control module BCM and instrument panel cluster IPC. For the body control module, it's just one value should be changed, and the body control module is 726.19.01. Okay, let's do that. We turn on, actually not to turn on the keys. Good. We go to ForScan. We go to, where we go to? Settings. Right here. This like a IC chip icon. And we go to body control module and we press this play button. Okay. And based on the cheat sheet, we need to see the 726.19.01. 726.19.01. This is the one. You see it? 0047 are my current settings, and we need to set it. So the second number should be number 1. So there are like 4 digits in total, and we need to replace where the asterisk is. We need to put it remote start enabled. So whatever. So we need to instead of 0, we write 0147, and we need we click right. Yes. Blocks programmed successfully. Please cycle ignition on and off. I mean off and on. Press key. Okay. Let's go to the instrument cluster. And it is the IPC module configuration. Press play button. So for the instrument cluster, we need to we need the module 720.01.02, which is the one. So this is the middle one, 720.01.02. This is the one. And let's see what values we need to put. So it's gonna be the middle row of numbers, and we need to put basic remote start menus. Because I don't have a rear defroster and or heating, we need to put F0 in the middle block. Once again, middle block, middle numbers. I have F2 now, but I need to replace it with F0. And now I click right. Yes. Cycle the ignition off and on now, and click OK. Now we can turn off the procedure, stop button. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when I'm in the settings, where is it? Vehicle, remote start. I still have the defrost thing, but let's try. Let's try. We lock the doors. locked. Let's press it once again, and 1, 2. It works. Woo. I guess if I will press the unlock button, it may actually turn off. No, it still works. To drive, turn to key on. Okay. All right. So we just programmed the key and enabled remote start. So I have the remote start option. Yay. Okay, remember I told you about the antenna that I still don't have, but it's on the way. Let me show it to you. All right, I just opened the glove box completely. So there are two things, retainers. You need to squeeze the glove box from both sides, and then you can open it. Once you are here, this is one point to hold the antenna, and there is one more. I'm not sure. This one, I'm not sure if you can see it or not. So this is where you're gonna put, or where I'm gonna put the antenna once it's gonna come in, and this is the place where you or me are gonna connect it to. Okay, this is the module right here, and you can see the gray connector empty right now. It's right here. So this is the place where the wire from antenna gonna hook up. So it's very easy installation. Use couple zip ties to hold the antenna in place in those tabs. Put the wires through there. There is the quite a lot of space, nothing to worry about, and you hook it up to there, and that's gonna extend the range to some extent. So this is it, I guess. That covers the adding the key, the second key, and that covers the enabling of the remote start. And this is the kind of module interface I'm using to connect the computer to my car. I guess this video took quite a lot of time. Sorry for that, but I wanted to give you all the details and give you some precautions so you won't erase all the keys without having enough proper keys to program them back. I guess I lucked out because I didn't need to erase my original keys. That's the first time actually that happens. I read a lot of Ford forums, and everywhere were said that I need to erase all the keys first and then to program the old ones and the new keys at the same time. But obviously it's not always the case, as you saw. So I can simply add the new key, at least for 2013 Ford truck. Maybe there are variations for the model years, I don't know, but that's that. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.